they say we die twice. Once when the breath leaves our body, and once when the last person we know says our name.
And he would be shooting baskets in the dark because they hadn't even turned the lights on yet.
I've never felt completely drained. Like, no matter what you do, you just feel tired. You just can't keep up. Yeah, that's burnout. And it's killing your drive. But in this video, I'm going to show you how not just myself, but someone else. Yeah, you saw him. That's Kobe. He's going to show us how to do it. Let's do it.
Bring something in your ear. What did Shaq say to you in that moment?
I don't even know.
You don't remember?
No, I wasn't paying attention.
Got
You know, like it was, you know, like for me, it's maybe it's a little like asshole of me or whatever, but whatever. He was trying to whisper encouraging things. I was like, I'm fucking fine. Okay, I shot 5 air balls on national TV in front of millions of people that cost us the series, and I'm 18. I'm fine, dude.
How do you get there how does somebody get there mentally with that public humiliation? To some people hurts them and they don't come back because, you know, there was a player, Barbosa. I don't know if you remember Barbosa.
Yeah,
of course you remember.
Of course.
He was extremely talented for a quick first step, but they said he wouldn't do well when the spotlight was on him.
Yeah.
How did you get mentally and emotionally so strong where it doesn't bother you?
Well, you know, you got to look at the reality of the situation. You know, like for me, it's not, you know, you kind of got to get over yourself. Like, it's not about you, man. Like, okay, you feel embarrassed. You're not that important. Like, get over yourself.
That's where you go.
Get over yourself, right? Like, you're worried about how people may perceive you, and like you're walking around and it's embarrassing because you shot 5 air balls. Get over yourself, right? And then after that, it's okay, well, why did those air balls happen? Got it. High school, year before, we played 35 games, max, right? Week in between, spaced out. Plenty of time to rest. In the NBA, it's back to back to back to back to back to back to back. I didn't have the legs. So you look at the shot, every shot was online. Every shot was online, but every shot was short. Right? I got to get stronger. I got to train differently. The weight training program that I'm doing, I got to tailor it for an 82-game season so that when the playoffs come around, my legs are stronger and that ball gets there. So I look at it with rationale. And say, okay, well, the reason why I shot air balls is because my legs aren't there. I go, well, next year they'll be there. That was it.
Done.
And
then what is your process of improvement with your schedule leaving? Because, you know, Phil Jackson gets asked between you and MJ, right? Because he coached both of you guys. So,
yeah.
You know, you constantly gets asked that question.
He's always going to pick the first child.
He's going to pick the first child. But I tell you, he said something about you that to me, it's a level of respect that any player can duplicate what he said about you. To me, the level of respect for that is a whole different level. You can't teach big hands. Right? You cannot teach that, right? You cannot teach 49, 48-inch, whatever the vertical leap is, and you cannot teach that, right?
Sure.
But he said nobody in his history of coaching had your level of work ethic. I mean, you hear so many guys.
And this is just a short clip from the full interview, so you can check it out on Patrick Bet-David's channel. That's where the full interview is. The link will be down below. So, question I have from that video is, why do you think people burn out? And the reason why I asked that is because I remember when I was in the corporate world and I was working in recruitment, I'd wake up 5 a.m. in the morning, head to the office in central London, and it'll take me maybe like an hour and a half, an hour to get to work. So I'll be there around 7:30, 7-ish. And I'll finish at 10 o'clock in the evening. And then after the 10 o'clock finish, I'll head to the gym because I was crazy. I still am crazy, right? But that went on for 5 days in a week. And just when I thought, yeah, it's time to rest on the weekend, my psychopathic self thought, I need to get a part-time gig so that I can maintain the lifestyle I had when I was doing well in the state agency. And what I done was I picked up part-time delivery, which is what some of you are probably doing, right? Just to keep appearances. And it drained me. I was finished. I was done. It was a wrap for me. And salute to the people that are still doing it. But what that leads me to do here is, if you're tired of feeling this burnout, then it's time to shift your mindset. What do I mean by that? You need to look into the secret is in the small details. You see, if we look at the interview again, what Cole done was he realized, he acknowledged. There's a 4-step phase that I like to call it. And it's the 4 key ways to learn. Let's just call it that. Okay? So one is recognize the need to change. Okay? Number 2 is align it to your goal. Number 3 is internalize it based on a personal experience. And number 4 is apply the principle. Okay, so I'm going to be taking you through each one of them into detail so that you can understand exactly how you can apply this principle in overcoming your burnout. So number 1, you need to change. Okay, so you're probably tired, frustrated, you're not getting the results you want. Okay, the list goes on and on and on and on. You get home, you don't have time for your family, you don't have time for your friends, you just want to sleep, you just want to recover, you just want to relax, you just want to be left alone. You've worked hard and you've given most of your time away. You're burnt out, that's the reality of it. Fitness or health doesn't even come to it because you're just literally barely keeping up. That's exactly where I used to be. And what I done was, I realized I needed to change. Okay, so acknowledge your current condition. Don't hide it by drinking. Don't hide it by pretending everything is fine. No, acknowledge it, and it's okay to, right? Things need to change. I'm working 7 days a week. I don't have rest. I don't get to sleep. I don't get to breathe. I'm just literally back to back to back to back, and I'm not even earning enough, right? That's where I was. It's crazy. So recognize the need. Okay. That takes us to number 2, align it with your goal. Every morning you start from scratch. Every morning you get to pick whether to be a child playing in a real world or get to be an adult being miserable in the real world. I choose child, and what that means is I choose to be a child that starts from scratch every single day. Why do I do what I do? I don't remember. Let me look at it. And the reality is we overestimate our memories. The reality of the matter is our subconscious and conscious are taking in information on a daily basis, which leads us to taking so much information that unless we're aware of how to organize it and prioritize the right things, we're just going to be overloaded with information to the point where we just can't take in anything anymore. And that's when we zone out and just be like, oh sorry, what did you say? Exactly what I just done now. Yeah. So that's exactly what happens. That's when you zone out. You've taken in too much information. There's just like an overload. However, once you know how to digest the information, take it in and apply it, what you're going to be able to do is be able to prioritize the information you want and the information you don't. This is why it's key for you to eliminate the things you don't want to listen to. You don't need to know about the bad things that happen in the world unless they affect your business directly. I keep saying it and I'm saying it again. Turn off the news. You know this, that. You don't need to know. There's too much. That's an information overload. So you need to pick and choose the information that you actually want to take in. Because if you don't do it, you're not gonna be able to control your mind. So that takes us to number 2. So control the information that you take in and reorganize the information that you want to prioritize. How do you do that? You visualize. So what I do every morning is I visualize my end goal. I see myself face. I feel how it feels. I embrace it. It's like I can almost, to the point where I can almost touch it. And then I go about my day. I do that before I even start to speak to anyone, whether it's my wife, my family, whoever. I need to meditate before I open my eyes. Why? Because it's crucial for me to reset my brain, reset my mind, and allow it to visualize the right things. And by doing so, winning and setting the day in the right way. Right, so that takes us to number 3, which is analyze it by integrating it to a personal experience. All right, so this is where you evaluate the actual scenario. So we've already established that you're burnt out we already established that you need to recognize the fact that you need to recognize that you're burnt out. You also need to recognize that you may not be aware of why you're doing what you're doing, so you need to remind yourself every day because you may be on information overload. So at number 3, what you want to do is replay the situation. Where did I go wrong? Okay, so I wanted to go gym, I didn't go gym, right? Reevaluate the week. I was supposed to do this, I was supposed to do that, and focus on the high value impact activities. So activities that are aligned towards where you want to go. You're going to have energy for the things you want to have energy for. A lot of times what happens is when we feel burnt out, we're not actually getting ourselves, we're not moving the needle closer to where we want to be. And that's why we feel like the energy is just being drained, because we're not doing things that our body feels excited to do. So when you now, balance is all about being able to reshuffle your time and reinvest it into things you actually want to invest it to. I felt burnt out when I was working in a corporate job because I was doing stuff for someone else, right? And there's something wrong with working for someone else, because that could be aligned to where you want to be. If you want to open your that department, then of course it works for you. If you want to become a doctor, then of course it works for you. If you want to become someone that is higher up in that specific industry or in that specific company, again, it works for you. But again, it's all about understanding and not skipping the steps, but understanding where it is that you want to be. Okay, so reevaluate, look at the steps and say, okay, cool, this is where it went wrong, and this is the small improvements that I can implement. Okay, I was, like Kobe said, my shots were too weak. Okay, so when I now look at my weekly plan, where did I go wrong? Where was I too short? Okay, cool. So I'm not paying enough attention to the small details. Cool, let me change that. Done. Or I'm not going to the gym enough, so that means I don't have as much energy. Or I'm not eating healthy enough. Okay, I'm gonna change that. Done. And as you're able to replay and replace the activities with these effective or high impact activities, you're going to be able to see change in your weekly journey or whatsoever. All right, and that takes us to number 4. Now at number 4, you're going to be able to apply the principles, and that's when you go out there and you actually experience these things. Now, theory is great. If you watch this video, and you can feel free to come back to it. We've even got other videos, of course, that can assist with it. But the reality of the matter is that until you apply these things, you're not going to be able to assess whether they actually work or not. So my advice is go through the ideal structure that you want your day to have, and then apply how you want it to be. Become the person that's doing the things. So what does that mean? If you're a healthy person, as you say you are, do healthy things during the day. Meditate, clear your head, go for a walk, enjoy nature, exercise, right? Be true to who you want to become. Well, it starts from now, not in a week's time or in 6 months' time or in a year's time. No, it starts from now. Be the person that does the things that you want to be doing. Okay? So make sure that you guys walk away with something here. Eliminate the distractions. Unclog your mind. Your mind is like an engine. Your vehicle is the method you utilize to get to wherever you want to get to. Whether that's your body, whether that's for your dream physique, it's your body. For your dream career, is your job, method to generate income. But without your engine working, I'm telling you, that journey from A to B is going to be a very difficult journey. So to make it as easy as possible, your engine, take care of your engine, your mind, take care of it. Be careful of the things that you allow it to intake. A lot of burnout simply comes from lack of mind management. You're not managing your mind properly. You're not feeding it with the right things. You're not energizing it. Your mind is such a powerful thing that's generated and created so many amazing things. You know, a lot of things were created way before they were actually put into real life. The planes, the light, All these things that we're using on a daily basis, they were created in the mind. And that's the capability that the mind has. It can create things. So you need to allow it to be you need to take care of it. Take good care of it, right? Take care of your engine. And that would now allow you to travel easily. The easier your engine is able to operate, the quicker you're going to be able to travel from A to B without any issues. Okay, so burnout is due to lack of mind management. So manage your mind. How does the cold mindset prevent you from burning out? It's simple. It's like a continuous improvement mindset. You stumble, you reassess, and you apply. That's it. It's as simple as that. You stumble, you assess why you stumble, you change your steps, you improve, and then you go again. And that's it. You see, life is a journey. And once we're able to embrace that, it's not just a journey, but it's an amazing journey where we've been given an opportunity every single morning, every single day to improve. We become unstoppable. In 6 months' time, with consistency unlocked, it's going to be impossible for you not to achieve the things you want to achieve. But it starts from here. So I really hope this video has helped. And if you're looking for how I overcame the struggles of procrastinations, definitely check this video out. And this is how I was able to overcome myself and build discipline. Show up for yourself, because no one else will. Peace.